Um, Martin Scorsese has always been one of my favorite filmmakers. And, you know, The Departed is a great movie. Goodfellas is a great movie. Raging Bull is. But my favorite movie that he ever did was Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver. Because it really shows, for those of you who've never heard of this movie, Robert De Niro plays Travis Bickle. He's a Vietnam vet who can't sleep at night and everything, and he just can't keep his mind straight. And so, in order to, you know, comprehend just living and going on, he has to always keep himself occupied. And so he becomes a taxi driver. And the movie is him being so sickened by how New York has turned into a filth that he kind of starts to kind of be insane by it. Like he really wants to do something to clean up the city. And he meets a prostitute who he does not have sex with, but it's Jodie Foster as a girl, but she plays a prostitute in this movie. And he desperately wants to save her from that horrible life that she's living. And he actually begins to kind of lose his mind and goes on a little rampage. But he's, in my opinion, a hero in that way because he really wants to save the city. And it's a great movie. You know, it has that famous scene in it where he's like, "You talking to me? You talking to me?" And, you know, it's just, Robert De Niro is fascinating. I watch this movie all the time, at least once every 2 weeks. It's a great movie. It's a great look at New York around that time period. And so, you need to see this. Another movie that I love is The Good, Bad, and the Ugly, which is one of the best westerns of all time. And I've talked about it on one of my other update videos about how this movie's been miraculously restored, and it's awesome. But it's about Clint Eastwood's character and two other guys that are after gold. And they all need each other, but they keep double-crossing each other, and it's all for gold. And it's during the Civil War. And all I know is that you need to see this movie. You need to watch it in high definition and enjoy it. George Romero's Dawn of the Dead. And I haven't really discussed it on any of my videos, but my favorite type of movie is the horror genre. Not the new horror genre, but the old horror genre. And this is my favorite out of that, Dawn of the Dead. And it's during the zombie epidemic, and these group of people have escaped their city life, and they actually get in this helicopter, and it's about to run out of gas, so they land on top of this mall, and they're just barricading themselves in this mall, and they're trying just to get on with their lives in this mall, be protected and everything. And it's an amazing movie about, I mean, it's scary, but that's not even just it. It's a statement on society at the time. There's some overtones of, at the beginning of the movie, of certain racism and stuff, but this was a movie of its time. And they remade it a few years ago, which was pretty good, but this is the one to watch. It's an epic movie. And in fact, on the front, Roger Ebert gave it 4 stars, and he called it superb. And I don't know, it's just an amazing movie, but it is very violent and gory. And if you could get past that, then I recommend this to you. So you just need to see it. And it's also the sequel of Night of the Living Dead. And I've also talked about before how David Lynch is also one of my favorite filmmakers. He did Twin Peaks, The Elephant Man, Blue Velvet, and many other movies. And Blue Velvet is one of my favorite movies. It is extremely, extremely disturbing of a movie, but I love it. For some reason, I just love movies that are intense and stuff like that. They don't bother me. And this is about a guy named Jeffrey who realizes his Mayberry-like town may not be what it seems. He's walking around one day after his dad dies, and he finds a human ear just in a yard somewhere. And he starts to investigate. And his investigation catapults him into a murder mystery involving a disturbing nightclub singer and a drug-addicted sadist played by Dennis Hopper. And he is led deeper and deeper into this town's secrets. And it's very good. I mean, it is a masterpiece. And I would definitely not watch this if you're not into movies. One, have a lot of cussing that are kind of violent, have any kind of nudity of any kind. I mean, this movie, or drug, I mean, this is a pretty strong movie, but it is very good, and it's very mysterious, and it's just a wonderful movie. It had a lot of controversy when it came out, so those of you who remember when this movie came out, you'll know what I'm talking about. It was, you know, the critics either loved it or hated it, but now it holds up great in history of films, so definitely see this. And the last movie I'm going to talk about is, it's the last movie I'm going to talk about in this video. These are all my definitely top favorite movies. In my next video I'm going to go over just movies that I love. And probably it's like my top 20. This is going to be my top 20 movie list. And that is Eraserhead. And this is David Lynch's first movie. And it's very, very, very weird. I mean, just look at this character, for crying out loud. And it's very dreamlike, and it's very surreal. It's a surrealism movie. You know, you don't really know what the heck's going on. You just know this character right here. He has a baby with this woman, but the baby comes out looking crazy, and it's like a little alien-looking thing. And so you can see a picture of it right there. It's really weird. And it's how he deals with it. But it has all these dream sequences and stuff. You can't really explain this movie. So all I'm going to say to you is see Eraserhead and be prepared to be blown away and see something that you've never seen before. So, see this. And here's those movies. And I hope that you'll decide to check some of these movies out. And probably in the next few days, or maybe even next week, I'll come out with the next video about some of my other favorite movies. And down the road, I'm going to do a list of my favorite horror movies, my favorite, for those of you that are interested in movies that I like, that are gory, my favorite action movies, history type movies. I'll be doing all that stuff. So this is going to be a new series of Ryan's Cinema Review. It's not going to be called Ryan's Cinema Review. It's going to be called Ryan's Picks. So that's it for today. Thank you very much.